Don't look at me. I'm hideous.
How's that any different from any other week for us? We're both hideous. I should do the
That's
same
true.
thing.
That's true.
No.
I had some weird soap reaction. My face is all goofed.
Oh.
I'm not my
Oh
usual
no.
sexy self tonight.
Well, hey, we're on 2 weeks in a row, so there
That's
is
true.
that. So
That's true.
I think people people will give you cut you a little bit of slack on that. I'm reporting from the frozen tundra of Florida, Central Florida.
How's
People lost
Florida
their
holding
ever
out
loving
with,
mind.
yeah, how's that going?
Oh my God, people are losing every. I was actually in Magic Kingdom on Saturday when the cold started coming in, and it was a breaking point for a lot of families because it was one of those things of we paid there was that battle of we paid damn good money, so I don't give a good damn
Right.
what's going on here. We're staying until this place closes. And then there were the miserable children like, I'm cold,
Yeah.
father. Like there was a lot of that going on because it was record lows. And I know there's not a lot of sympathy out there from the rest of the country, but it was feel like temperature when it blew through. It was a feels like temperature the next morning of 9 degrees with the wind chill
Damn.
because the wind's whipping. And driving our friend back to the airport on Sunday, driving by the citrus groves and some of the farms, people were pulled over to the side of the road because I didn't realize this. In order to try to save the crop, they freeze the crop.
Uh,
So, because when water freezes, it releases heat. So those poor damn farmers have to be out all night recalibrating the sprinkler system to make sure it's constantly like kind of freezing over. And so everyone pulled over the side of the road and they're taking pictures like they've never seen ice before. It's like, oh my God, look at
Glad they
this, look at
haven't.
this. Yeah. So that was kind of crazy. But
Well, we got a lot going on tonight. It's a busy night here on the Mike and Molson Mangle the News program. Got some great video to show you. Boxer loses his toupee. Turkeys are chasing people in Wisconsin, and we got some ice fishermen up in Canada in tonight's Twismo.
well, not only that, we also have the Super Bowl is this Sunday. I think we can say that. I don't think we're going to get
Yeah,
sued. I never know.
we're not broadcasting the
And
Super Bowl. We just are talking about it.
no, no. And we don't have any contests because we don't have any budget for that to give
Right.
anything away. But we have a list of some of the worst Super Bowl shows, halftime shows. So we're going to get to that. And who knows, the Turning Point USA one may be reviewed next week. So we can only hope. But we begin with This Week in Penis News. We have
Oh,
quite the
good.
wrap up of Wiener news going on here. And we begin right in my neck of the woods with this gentleman. Let me introduce you to this is, let's see, what's his name? This is Kevin Westerhold. Good old Kevin Westerhold got a hold of a vacuum, and he is facing charges. This transpired in a release. Deputies say they responded to Grassendale Street and Kissimmee's Windsor Hill resorts on January 22nd after receiving reports of a man exposing his sexual organs in front of a residence. The victims that observed the behavior provided a statement and a cell phone recording of a male partially clothed in front of a residence engaged in sexual performance with a vacuum cleaner. Apparently, that's his old Westerhold's idea of a good time,
Right.
being on vacation and just
Ladies,
doing it outside.
I want you to understand something. If it's not evident already, I mean that there's like this pubescent age where men go, I wonder if I could put it in there. You think it, you don't do it.
But no, you never should.
Yeah,
No,
and
no,
if you do it, you don't do it in front of other people.
no. A vacuum is a very much inside only thing. Not only the vacuuming, but also, the whole thing of that going on is very much an inside your own domicile.
It's a secret
Like,
you take to the grave.
yes, yes. Ed Westerhold just stayed inside and took his Orek or whatever and put it on his pecker, his Orek Wrecker pecker or whatever it is. He'd be fine, but he went outside with it. Deputies said the suspect already left the area before a deputy could arrive. Further investigation revealed that the suspect and his wife were listed as the hosts of an Airbnb and a home in Windsor Hills Resorts.
Okay, you also don't
So,
use somebody else's if you're a visitor in their house. You can't do that.
no, no, they're the owner of the
Oh, they're
Airbnb,
the owner.
apparently.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So he goes there to clean out the Airbnb and thinks, Well, you know what? Might as well just bone this vacuum cleaner.
It's been a while, a little dry spell.
Right, exactly. This is going to be hilarious. Apparently, a complaint had been reported just a day prior about a man who'd been walking in a shared hallway space while nude.
Oh my God.
Video of the incident captured on a Ring camera was given to the responding deputy. Didn't stop there, though. Investigating deputy canvassed the area on Anna Altman Loop and spoke with other residents that provided statements of similar behavior by the suspect. The incidents were reported to the HOA in December. Blink video was provided to the deputy of similar incidents of suspect appearing partially clothed or nude within the hallway of the residence. Eventually, a warrant was obtained for the arrest of Kevin Westerhold, who was caught near his home. Now, Westerhold faces a charge of exposure of sexual organs, and detectives are urging anyone else who knows of similar incidents involving Westerhold to contact the sheriff's office. So
Oh,
apparently,
Kevin.
they owned the Airbnb, had another home, owned the Airbnb, but it was his own little kind of island of fun with vacuums and other people for his nether regions.
Come on.
Yeah, Westerhold, hold on to it. So we go from Central Florida to Korea, and hold on to your junk for this story. Yeah. All right. You know, we used to do a thing back when we were on the radio called Stop Me When It Gets Weird. So I'll start reading this because you have not been privy to all the information.
Okay.
And you go ahead and stop me, Johnny. Just yell out as I'm reading this here when you think it gets a little odd. So we go over to Korea. Here's what transpires. According to local reports, 50-year-old man drinking alone at a coffee shop in South Korea fell asleep. That's when his 58-year-old wife and her 40-year-old son-in-law rushed in and tied him up with a rope and industrial tape.
At the coffee shop.
So he's at the coffee shop. So he's at the coffee shop, obviously not very strong coffee, or he's drinking decaf because he falls asleep at the coffee shop. That's when the wife comes in and the 40-year-old son-in-law. The woman then stabbed her husband because she thought he was cheating, by the way. Should preface it with all that. She then stabbed him around 50 times before using a sharp weapon to sever his manhood and then flush it down the cafe toilet.
No.
So they don't run him out of the cafe. They just tie him to the chair in the cafe. She starts, I don't know if she was stabbing him with just the thing you put in the top of the cup from
Doesn't
Starbucks,
matter,
because they just say, and then the sharp object appears and she's whonk, cuts it off and then goes, flush this down the toilet here so he can never have it back.
Well, you don't want to mess up your own house.
Well, true. Emergency responders later found the man and rushed him to the hospital. So then they run out. So it's the old stab and chop, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's experienced that. The
Stab
old
and dash.
drive-by stab and chop. Yeah, stab and chop and dash. And so they get him to the hospital. He underwent surgery and survived. Though, here's the best part. They say, though he was left with lasting physical and psychological injury. Oh, you think? His penis just got chopped off. So he's going to have some lasting.
Right.
By the way,
he's been stabbed 50 times, though, and he's doing all right. That's, you know.
Yeah. Well, and also, that's a kind of a, there's an artery involved there. That's how the thing, works, blood flow. And so chopping that off isn't like he's not going to lose some blood there already. So they eventually arrest the wife, okay, go through the entire trial. Here's the M. Night Shyamalan twist in all this. She was formally sentenced last week, but before that sentencing, the husband asked the court not to go too tough on her and plead for leniency for her. Despite all of this, despite her, yes, the man's a saint, right? I mean,
yeah, well, I guess, or an idiot.
Whatever deity you believe in, that you could go in and ask for leniency for someone who stabbed you 50 times and cut off your penis. I mean, come on. So yeah, they took his statement into account. Guess how long her prison sentence is for stabbing and cutting off his junk?
Is it in months or is it in years?
It's in years.
It's in years. 4.
Yes. 7. She got 7. The son-in-law, I should say, got 4
Okay.
for his role in, taping him down and strapping him down and everything else. So yes, he's just accosted in the middle of a damn coffee shop, and the next thing you know, he leaves without a penis.
Did the son-in-law hold it while she? How do you? I don't know how you.
Boy, I don't know. I mean, that's a good son-in-law. I think he's out when it comes to the cutting. I think she probably had to pull and
Yeah.
and cut on her own. Like that's something where you're just like, hey, I'm willing to go far enough to tie him to the chair and let you stab him 50 times, but I have standards. Even I am just like, I'm not holding his dick while you cut it off.
Did they at least get their frequent customer card punched for a free
I hope so.
cappuccino?
I hope after 10 stabbings you get at
Or
least one. Yeah. Or at least collect your points in the app on your way out.
I'm going to leave this headline up on the screen for just a second.
Okay, let me read along with everybody else how Bernie Sanders built a device to give himself, quote, cosmos shattering orgasm. Oh, Bernie. I don't need your name and orgasm in the same sentence.
New book coming out about Bernie Sanders, called Bernie for Burlington. And
Okay.
it speaks of a time when he was in college and a follower of the father of free love. And he built a device, as the headline says, so he could achieve cosmos shattering orgasms. Not just a good one, not just a hey, all right.
Man,
High
this is a
five
little bit better
myself.
than usual.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I earned this one. I did a good job.
There was an Austrian psychoanalyst named Wilhelm Reich who believed that universal energy called orgones powered everything. And if you could build an orgones accumulator, you could collect energy that could later be released as an orgasm.
Oh. Well, how would you take the orgones and turn it into the orgasm is my question.
He built an orgasm device, a 5-foot-long prayer mat of copper wire with spikes on it that he slept on to channel the energy into his body.
Ouch.
This is Reich who had built the
Oh, okay. Not
device.
Bernie.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The author of this book, who is a poet and a regular contributor to the New Yorker magazine, writes a book that charts Sanders' ideological development as a democratic socialist and then says he was deeply influenced by Reich, who connected political liberation with the successful cultivation of cosmos-shattering orgasms.
Not a gooner then. Is that what it is? Gooner? Is that the thing that they're doing nowadays?
know.
Did they call them the goons or whatever the heck it is? Or they just try to last forever or whatever?
Mm-hmm. And so this was the beginnings of Bernie. And it's interesting because I don't know if you've heard, there's like a pretty big scandal going on around some sort of sex crimes. Have you heard about this in the news at all?
A little bit. Did it involve the guy who used to be on Welcome Back, Kotter? He got like a note from his mom that everything was okay. Was it that guy?
And interestingly enough, it doesn't seem to be alarming people, but you could imagine something like this coming out early in your political career that would absolutely wreck your chances of not just becoming the mayor of Burlington, but even going on to become a United States senator. The orgon accumulator was a shed-like structure which was supposed to concentrate sexual energy. It was pseudoscientific at best, and Reich claimed it could cure diseases like cancer, which led to the FDA intervening. There used to be this wing of the government called the FDA.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Is that the one that's run by the guy who was going to eat bear meat and then just left it in the park now?
Yeah, it used to help make sure that our food was safe and that good research was going into medicine, things like that. But it's now gone, and they would have stepped in on something like the orgon accumulator.
I'm pretty sure we're all going to get one of those with our tax return this year.
And finally, in this week in Wiener news, IKEA has released a 20-inch hot dog. That's too much hot dog.
That's about man, that's about 8 inch. That's eight. I couldn't even the 12-inch hot dog is a little hot dogs are taken in pardon the pun small pardon
Yeah.
the bun I should say small doses. You gotta have a correct bun to hot dog ratio. And anything outside that is just no thank you.
And I guess they're trying to compete with the Costco hot dog. And so IKEA has unveiled a half-meter long hot dog, nearly 20 inches, and it makes Costco's famous $1.50 hot dog look bite-sized by comparison. The oversized snack was revealed just a few days ago in a media posting saying, "More to love, more to enjoy, introducing our half-meter hot dog."
Why you
It's
got to
too
use the
much.
metric term? I know you're Swedish. I
Yeah.
get it. And you got the Hergen Flurgen and your Bjorken Forken that is your shelving unit. But come on.
Right now, unfortunately, the hot dog appears to be limited to the uh, where is it? United Arab Emirates, and hasn't really been rolled out
Oh,
anywhere else in the world because they like their excess over there.
true. Swedish meatballs is where it's at. And put some lingonberry relish on that big old half-meter hot dog.
For a ridiculously big store of comically hard to put together furniture, their restaurant isn't too bad.
No, it's not. The things I've had there, the flirkin, schnurkin, and whatever else it is all been pretty. It's all been pretty tasty. I can't complain.
But I can't really see myself walking around looking for a dresser or a filing cabinet or something holding a 20-inch hot dog. That would just look silly, wouldn't it?
It would. And could this be the screen cap for this segment with me going this week in penis news?
Yeah.
Oh, you may have heard there's a football game happening on Sunday between Seattle and New England. And in the middle of it, there's a little thing called the halftime show that a lot of people are really excited for. Like the choice by the NFL this year has been non-controversial at all. There hasn't been a single person who has revolted against it, saying it is un-American and the worst thing since Colin Kaepernick in the national anthem.
I'm trying to remember a time when whoever they chose for the halftime show, everyone went, "Oh, that'll be cool to see." There's always been this clump of people on one side or the other
Yes.
who just says, "That's the worst thing. How could they ever do what that is? That's going to ruin this country." It's just and I mean, it used to be the thing that everyone would get up and leave and go make a sandwich, and
Yes.
now it's you
Or
got to
go
sit
back.
down and watch it.
Yeah, or you would just you would go get more food because it was always up with people and those other dopes from way
Right.
back in the day. And so that wasn't taken into account here by this particular list. This list went more kind of modern in the like past 35 years. It didn't go all the way back to Up with People and
Mm,
I don't think it was Louis Armstrong. But there was some like trumpet player that was there like 4 years in a row.
right.
I can't remember what it was. But so they have the 5 worst halftime shows, and we're going to go through them because some of these are some doozies. As you can see, number 1 or number 5 on this list is the Black Eyed Peas. This goes back to 2011, where the Black Eyed Peas were on the top of the world, and you couldn't go to a freaking wedding without "Let's Get It Started" in here playing.
That was their year, to be sure, and their performance, though, on during the halftime show, it left a little bit to be desired. Why was she doing "Sweet Child of Mine"? And why was Slash there?
Correct. I mean, they needed more star power, possibly, but uh, you have enough of your own songs, Black Eyed Peas. Why are
Yeah.
you doing a terrible rendition of that one?
This particular halftime show was also marked by these wild neon-looking people dancing around, um, and the Black Eyed Peas. Not a lot of choreography either. They just kind of hung out and let
Yeah,
everybody else do the thing.
yeah. That wasn't the most entertaining at the time. They say the show was basically a disaster, but it had just enough redeeming qualities for us to allow a little bit of mercy. So they just said the bad parts. It was plagued by audio issues. Fergie mic wasn't even turned on for her first solo line, and it was just the LED lights. They said it was terrible, pretty terrible. So that's the Black Eyed Peas from 2011. Moving on the list, this one was just, I felt it didn't need to be done. I understand there was like Blues Brothers 2000 was on their way, and it was like 20-year anniversary
Yeah, but
of
Blues
the
Brothers
Blues Brothers.
2000 didn't need to happen.
Correct. Once the talented Belushi left this mortal coil and left the trash Belushi behind, the Blues Brothers should not have been done again. I think we all can agree on that.
But it's Jim. He looks almost kind of like his brother.
And he's got a lot less talent. And then John Goodman's also there. And so this was from 1997. No, I'm already mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's such a great movie.
Did Dan?
Go ahead.
I love Dan Aykroyd too. Did he think no one was going to notice?
I'm thinking he hoped so.
Mm-hmm.
It was, so yeah, there was a new movie coming out in 1998, Blues Brothers 2000, which was terrible. So yeah, they were just like, this didn't need to happen at all. Yeah. And it's just, a lot of it has to do with Jim Belushi, and it was 20 years. It was kind of also a dated reference for a decent amount of people too.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and with as much heart and soul, literally, that John put into his performance, Jim just does not bring it. I mean,
it's reminiscent of your drunk uncle, like at a party or something, and there happens to be karaoke, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be a blues brother." Like, there's no rhythm, there's no soul to it, it's just going through the motions.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous. Well, stay tuned, Greg, because we've got something coming up for you just a little bit.
If boobs are what you want of the Janet Jackson, boy, we have the heart of the Rhythm Nation right here. Coming in at number 3 from 2004, we have the Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake Super Bowl performance. And I did not realize that Kid Rock was involved in this as well. So if tits are involved, Kid Rock's going to be there.
Yeah, right in the, Janet comes out first. There's somebody else who follows her. Then we get this ridiculous atrocity. 20 years, he hasn't bought a new shirt.
Nope.
He's still wearing the American flag.
But that's respectful of the flag, using it as a serape.
Right.
Just cutting a hole in the middle of it.
Cut a hole in the middle and stick your head through it. Yeah, that's exactly what
I salute you. You are a true American patriot, Mr. Rock.
And then, of course, the moment that just shook the world. Oh, my goodness, Justin. How could you?
How was it in 2004 is when this happens? And 2004 is still the infancy of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
The internet now, 22 years later, it's just filled with, if it isn't involving tits, then most people don't even surf to it. I just can't believe how much of the vapors we got over a nipple on regular television.
Well, because on the internet, you have to go looking for it. It shouldn't come flying at you when you're watching the Super Bowl. It was, I think, what got people upset.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around just everyone like, oh my, and it even, remember, there was the star thing around the nip. Like, she had like the nip jewelry.
Yeah.
So it was almost
I still
like
don't feel comfortable
pasty.
Showing it on YouTube. I think we would probably get knocked off for doing that.
Look it up yourself, kids.
It's there. It's easy to find.
It's there. You can find it.
And
Greg will lead the way for you.
And I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but there are websites you can go to where you can see both boobs, not just one.
Oh, wow. Oh, really? Interesting to know. So yeah, I mean, and I think it wasn't just because of the boob, but I didn't realize that P. Diddy made an appearance as well at some point. So that whole show hasn't aged real well from 2004.
Nobody.
So, yikes.
And you're right, when you look at just how how short of amount of time this was on television. It's like, boom, exposed, and camera change.
Right.
And yeah, you would have thought hardcore porn was on NBC that night.
You would have thought Westerhold came out with his vacuum in the middle of the performance and was dangling around out there. Moving on to number 2 on this list of the worst Super Bowl halftime shows ranked from TV Line. They put a triumvirate of the ones that were produced by Disney from 1991, 1995, and the year 2000. And I love the Disney company, but poor Warren Moon doesn't need to be trotted out there with Minnie Mouse in the middle of a halftime show. Yes, you got to be a football hero. Right, Warren Moon? You played in the CFL. You're a decorated All-Pro. And now you got to stand there like an action figure while Minnie yells about being a football hero.
So you're saying I just got to march in place? That's all I got to do? If I go out there, I just got to march in place and everything. This was an absolute mess of a production. This was 1991, the same Super Bowl where we had just gone into Operation Desert Storm in Iraq. The Whitney Houston national anthem blew everybody away, but then the halftime show was weird. It included bringing kids of military veterans, military service people out and singing and saluting, and then President Bush got on, and the announcer was, Pepsi presents the war in Iraq. I mean, just the whole thing was so weird. It was so weird.
And the new kids in Block were involved at some point as well. Yeah, and they came on as well. So that was 91. Yeah, get down on a knee, Warren. Photo op. The Disney of it all. And I love Disney, but man, I'm surprised he didn't throw one of those kids like a football.
Yeah. Yeah, and
what am I supposed to do? Throw him like a football?
To mime along with a dancing Minnie. I mean, the whole thing was just ridiculous.
Yeah, some of the other ones though, real quick, just to recap, 95, that was the Indiana Jones theme one where you could watch along at home and it was all in 3D and it was terrible.
Horrible.
And then there was a 2001 with Enrique Iglesias and Christina Aguilera, also terrible. But number 1 is Maroon 5 from 2019. So just a short 7 years ago was this flop of a show and joke made by Adam Levine.
That was so impromptu. He just couldn't control himself.
Yeah, his nipples, buddy. His nipples can be shown. It's just the shirtless portion, the nipple reveal, just all of that was just unnecessary. And plus Maroon 5 is one of the most vanilla bands there is around. And I understand that's what kind of the NFL goes for at times, is just vanilla, kind of not push the envelope. But does anyone really like Maroon 5?
No, not enough for it to be, Maroon 5 and the Black Eyed Peas, not really big enough to hold center stage during the Super Bowl. And, when you think about it, you're kind of hard pressed to think of one. I think everybody always points to maybe Prince, but I'm sure Gaga. Even that had its detractors.
Lady Gaga was fantastic.
Lady Gaga was amazing
when she performed. Yeah, but to your point, as well. But there's that segment of folk, and I, full disclosure, I couldn't tell you a Bad Bunny song or if he was playing in the background, but I know for certain the guy's going to put on a hell of a show.
He's going to put on a hell of a show, and brains are going to explode, and it's going to be hilarious. People are going to lose their freaking minds.
I would love, if we could, FOIA request the calls to the FCC that will be recorded during the Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance, because those are going to be gold.
And when did we get a pre-show? We're getting Green Day for a pre-show.
I know, that's awesome.
Which is amazing
for the intros. Yeah, and everyone's just like, yeah, there's another band that may have some things to say about what's going on in the country
I
right now.
know. Good for the NFL,
So,
man.
yes. Well, here's the thing, because they know these, and I don't mean to get up on a soapbox right now, but real quick before
Eh,
we try not to be, but
who isn't? Come
the
on, we're on the
dope,
internet, Mike.
yeah, hot takes galore. We're on a hot take date right now. Because the NFL now knows that the dopes who said, I'm never going to watch a football game again because of Colin Kaepernick are going to watch a football game again because they can bet on their phones and it's our national pastime and it's manly sport. So they can say all they want, but they're still going to come back and watch.
Well, and I think the NFL also knows the huge audience base they have in the African American community and the Hispanic community.
Well, they're trying to make this go global.
Yeah.
They're trying to
right,
put
right,
they're
right.
trying to put teams. They're already doing. They've done games in Mexico and they do the games over in London. I think they just announced Spain. They played in Germany. They've done. They just did the UK this past season. They want teams in all those places.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way they can make even more money is to be a global phenomenon. Because they already make a shit ton of money here in the U.S.
And look,
So
much like the year Maroon 5 and much like the year Black Eyed Peas were, Bad Bunny is having a hell of a year. He is having a hell of a year. He is
yes,
absolutely on fire right now. And the eyeballs are going to be there. Yes, if you are 90 years old and you just wish Glenn Miller would come back from the grave, you're not going to enjoy Bad Bunny. But his fan base is a monster, and he is going to have an
yes,
amazing night.
he is.
And
I
people are going to lose their
guarantee.
minds, which is hilarious.
Yes, exactly. I guarantee it's going to be entertaining, and I guarantee not only on the TV, but it's going to be entertaining on the social media. I cannot wait to scroll and see in live time people lose their ever flipping mind.
Well, and what kind of comical, amateur, horseshit mistakes will Turning Point make? I mean, it is going to be, they're going to fall on their face. That alternate programming is just an alternate. How are they going to do this? You just randomly say, here is a 15-minute concert to watch instead of watching that one. Is that what they're doing?
Yes, and on what channel? I don't know if it's streaming only. I'm not quite sure.
Well,
But they got Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, Lee Bryce, and some other dope.
yeah. I mean, I heard there were some Sinclair stations who will be airing the Turning Point version over top of the NFL broadcast, which I don't know if they can legally do that. That would be an interesting fun.
Yeah, I don't know. They got to get this. They got to get the express written consent of the National Football League, and I don't know if you're getting it for Kid Rock. No offense. So there you go. There's looking at some of the crap ones.
Conspicuously missing, though, from the list of horrible
Yes,
halftime shows,
our favorite
was Elvis Presto.
Yes, one of my favorites.
A multimedia extravaganza and magic show that involved wearing 3D glasses, a magic trick that was being done on stage, at home, and in the stands at the same time. I mean, it's just.
Now hold up your cushion, surprise, surprise, right before your very eyes.
Oh, hold up the cushion.
What is it? What is it?
You got to hold it up, otherwise it doesn't work.
Yeah. Look at the magic trick.
Oh, look at that, the entire stadium.
So that was Elvis Presto, which you've got to wonder how in the world, in the conversation of possible halftime shows, where on earth, what sort of Las Vegas strip mall did they pull this guy out of and said, I got something that is going to rock the nation?
Well, would you think they'd be like, we could do an Elvis impersonator? That could be enough, right? Elvis still had some panache, and maybe do a tribute to the king as your halftime show. But someone said, but what if he did magic? Like, it's okay to be Elvis impersonator, but what if he did magic too?
Oh my God. And in 3D.
Right. And to really drive it home, to make it even more convoluted, you had to like go to your local grocery store
Yeah.
and buy a case of Pepsi and then turn in a receipt and get the shitty red and blue old 3D glasses and then time it it was a mess.
Yeah.
Like my dad was just like, no, we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here.
So, predictions for Sunday night. Bad Bunny is going to just be on fire. Turning
Correct.
point is Kid Rock will fall off the stage drunk, probably.
My prediction for Turning Point is that Kid Rock's finale will him using a 12-gauge shotgun to blow up a keg of Bud Light.
Yes. Yeah, because he's 20 years older now, and I think when these pyrotechnics start, he's not going to know what to do. He's just going to walk right into them. Like
They're not going to have that much pyrotechnic, Johnny. Come on. You think they got the budget for that much pyrotechnic? It's going to be somebody with sparklers behind him.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
No, I cannot wait.
That is going to be.
Yes. There you go. That'll be this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen.
Also,
look at Greg. I like Greg's comment real quick. Throw that up on the screen about Elvis Presto.
Right.
A magic trick with 2 million people falling asleep simultaneously.
Ta-da! Yeah. A hypnotist.
Well played, Greg.
Well, look at this poor guy. Boxer Jarrell Miller went to a boxing match wearing a toupee. It got punched off his head. He then threw it into the crowd.
This was fantastic. The video of this was great.
Let's watch.
Just go bald. Yeah.
What's going on with Jarrell Miller's hair, by the way? Is it coming off? What is happening here?
Oh, wow.
He's losing his hair. Well, I've never seen this before, but a fighter is getting the hair knocked off his head, Sergio.
Wow. That's it.
There it went.
You know, I've seen a lot in boxing. I have never seen something like that.
No, nobody.
Here's an uppercut.
Okay, so he says.
Meanwhile, the bald guy's like, just go bald, brother.
Right.
I didn't have to. Don't make me knock the. Shouldn't that be a TKO? If you knock the hair off someone's head, that should be a TKO.
It should be. It should be. He says that he was at his mother's house and he thought he was putting shampoo on his head. He said it was something like ammonium bleach. I literally lost my hair 2 days ago. He had to scramble then to find a toupee to cover the new bald spot on his head. And then the other boxer just knocked it off, and then he threw it into the crowd.
Yeah, that's a good take-home souvenir. Here you go. Here's my sweaty-ass
How'd
toupee.
you like to have that land on your face while you bought $300 tickets?
Well, not only that, but the concession prices. That thing goes in your beer. You're just sitting there. You bought your $25 beer, and it's next thing you know, that guy's hair is in your beer. Gross.
And you can see it. Look at his scalp there, because you can see that obviously something did happen to his hair. He's not going bald. You can tell that it got fried off by some sort of chemical. Whoops, hang on. There you go. Clearly.
Yeah. Yeah. Clearly, he needed something to cover it. I don't know. Maybe wear a hat next time, not a toupee, or at least get it kind of hunkered down more.
And read the label. Well, I guess I should be talking because I've got some crazy reaction going on here. But read the label when you're at your mom's house.
Come on.
Or somebody's gonna knock your hair
Well, I've never seen this before, but a fighter is getting the hair knocked off his head, Sergio.
I love how kudos to the announcers there too, to fully lean into it and not pretend like it didn't happen. Just embrace it and be like, his hair's getting knocked off his head.
Yeah.
Wow. That's it. You know, I've seen a lot in boxing. I have never seen something like that.
But yeah, you do have to wonder, why not just shave it and figure it out later instead of going through like somehow in 48 hours to try to find a toupee that somehow matched your head.
And obviously didn't. Well, and of course, too, you got to realize you're sweating. So you can put the glue on, but that sweat's going to cut through that adhesive.
Right.
And next thing you know, it's in someone's beer. Come on, bro. Come on. You're better than that, Jarrell. Well, here's a question of should you be talking to your Uber driver or not?
No. You have no obligation.
No.
You have no obligation to talk to your
Okay.
Uber driver or taxi driver
Oh.
or strangers in the elevator. You have no obligation to talk to anybody.
Now, I will say, I
know you do.
You'd under,
I
no
know you
obli-
do. You say
I
things
do.
a lot, and
I'm
you
not-
shouldn't be.
I probably do overshare and talk too much. Silence is my enemy, and I tend to fill it with words. But you bring up an excellent point in this debate of this is their job they signed up for. They didn't sign up to be entertained by you. They didn't sign up to entertain you. The transaction at hand is they are picking you up to getting you from point A to point B. That's all that they are responsible for. And at times, like I said, I may talk a little too much. The author of this particular piece says, I was in the back of the Uber the other day, mid-email frenzy, when the driver decided it was story time. He asked, so where are you from? Busy day? What do you do? Bad traffic today, hey? Every sentence was a new potential conversation hook, and I was nodding politely as my thumbs furiously tapped at my screen. By the time I got out, I felt relieved, but guilty, as I probably came across as a little rude. It got me thinking, is it actually wrong to not talk to your Uber driver? Or was he overstepping by missing my cues that I preferred silence? An etiquette coach says it's not automatically rude to shut down chit chat, but how you do it matters, is what the expert says. So you're not obligated to engage, but how you turn it down. Yes. Oh,
It's the 3-word advice I've given everybody. Acknowledge, don't engage. You have no, if somebody says, how you doing? Fine. It's all you have to do. You don't have to further engage and say, I'm good. How are you? How about this weather? Where were you born? Oh, really? Did you go to school there? You don't have to do that.
in from out of town? Where are you visiting from? What's the weather like back there, huh?
So you don't have a car?
Right. Now, you bring up something that I didn't realize, because I don't take Ubers very often. You say there's actually an option now in Uber, in the app, that says whether you would prefer conversation or not.
Right. And I was going to try to pull it up, but I can't pull it up without actually ordering a car. But yes, there is a checkbox as you are going through the motions that says, do you prefer conversation or not? And you can just say, let's just, we don't need to be friends. I'm here. I want to go there. That's all we have to do together.
Do you feel like there is more of an obligation now for people if an Uber driver says something because of the reverse rating system of how now you can be knocked down from stars if you're not engaging to them?
I mean, I would hope that's not a reason to give somebody a low rating. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, because here the etiquette expert says a friendly hello and a smile and a quick check-in is enough, much to your point. After that, it's perfectly acceptable to ride quietly, especially if you're tired, overstimulated, or simply not in the mood. Silence isn't rude. Ignoring someone is. So you have the golden rule. You should be an etiquette coach. Acknowledge, but don't engage.
Acknowledge, don't engage. And that works at the grocery store. That works in elevators, Mike.
I'm better now. I read the room much better. I don't feel like I have to be the bellhop anymore.
Has it ever worked in your favor? I mean, have you ever just made a random friend that you didn't know you were going to make a friend with?
I mean, I've made people smile and laugh.
That's
but I've
not
never
what I asked you.
There's never a long enough time in an elevator to exchange numbers.
There you go.
Boom. Point proven.
Yes.
Why even try when there's
Nothing's going to come of this.
when there's no way you're seeing that person again?
Never. Let's go to Wisconsin.
What about at a bar? If you're sitting there and someone wants to start a conversation at a bar, there's an opportunity. I have had proof of making a friend that way.
Yeah.
That I still talk to this day. So didn't know him from Adam before, but struck up a conversation.
A bar is a place to have a conversation.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it.
Right.
That's stupid. But it is a place where people mingle with strangers. It's weird.
Yes. I will not disagree with you. I think you're hitting on something. You expect maybe to have that happen at a bar. With Uber, what people need to realize is you don't go up and talk to the bus driver on the city bus.
Right.
Right. You don't just sit behind him and like, hey, well, how's your day going? Like, they're doing the same thing. They're driving you from point A to point B for a fee. So you don't need to talk to them.
And if you are going to have a conversation in a bar, read the other person. You know, if you sort of jab them with the elbow and go, "How about that damn Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl?" Blah, 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 and the person just goes, "Huh, yeah."
Done. I'm much better at those cues than I used to be.
Yeah.
I can tell when, and I've got a better receptor of when I need to eject. Like, I have a really good thing of like, okay, even in my mind, I'm like, I've interacted, I am now bored, and it's time to just, pleasantries aside, I bid you adieu.
Yeah.
Can't be a lingerer.
Read the room.
Correct. Well, I love a good turkey story. I don't know about you.
Me too.
We actually have turkeys that show up in our backyard from time to time, and thankfully, none of them have attacked or been territorial as of yet. But Janesville, Wisconsin, these things are terrorizing an entire neighborhood.
You got turkeys in Florida?
Yeah, wild turkeys, baby.
I don't know.
There was like 6 of them in our yard a few weeks ago.
Wow.
But yeah, they're terrorizing the town of Janesville.
Let's go to the local news station there for this report as to what is going on in this neighborhood.
At first, I love wildlife. The turkeys were cool. You know, they brought, life to the neighborhood. As it's developed, they've become a nuisance. They block traffic. They've caused accidents. They, went after my mailman.
Lawrence Meyer caught this incident on camera. Wild
Oh, no!
turkeys chasing down a postal worker. Our cameras also caught the flock chasing down a rental truck and another mail carrier. Meyer says
They look so stupid.
They do. Now, I will say this. I was thrown off one time because they periodically show up in the backyard down here.
Mm-hmm.
I was thrown off when I saw one of them fly into a tree and perch itself up on a tree. I was taught the WKRP rules, as God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
No, they can get airborne.
But they can for sure. Yeah, they look goofy when they do it, but they can.
his son also became a target.
As he was approaching, crossing the street, the turkeys started chasing after him. It's scary. Like, these are big
Oh, they're
birds.
coming up.
They're as tall as my son. And when they fluff their feathers, they're scary. They're huge.
The best way to combat that, become the bigger bully.
I love that
Making
guy.
yourself look bigger, either using your coat, having an umbrella on hand, a plastic black garbage bag that you can look like you're a giant turkey.
This is what you have to do. You have to carry an umbrella or a garbage bag to protect yourself from a turkey.
To make yourself look like a big old bird. I'm Big
Gobble,
Bird.
gobble.
Look at me. Gobble, gobble. Get the hell out of my way.
Potter says with enough persistence from residents, the turkeys should move on. Until then,
I'm not asking as a snobby person to get rid of these turkeys.
Meyer is hoping they'll get the hint.
I want to see them thrive in their natural habitat, and I want to see these children be able to thrive in their habitat or neighborhood, if you will.
What? Does he think he just discovered that word? Or neighborhood, as you will, or neighborhood.
Children have a habitat. I love that.
These children be able to thrive in their habitat or neighborhood, if you will.
Now Meyer started a petition to remove the turkeys from the area.
We don't move into a new habitat, Johnny. We move into what I like to call a neighborhood, if you will.
It's an old Algonquin word. Neighborhood.
I will use neighborhood as opposed to children habitat. That guy seems like typical Janesville, Wisconsin. He probably had a few with breakfast, and then he saw the TV cameras. He's like, "Oh hell yeah, I got a chance to start him."
Mm-hmm.
Their habitat or neighborhood, if you will.
Now, Myers started a petition to remove the turkeys from the area. That petition now has
Who do you petition? Who do you petition for that? Who's in charge of the turkeys that needs our attention?
I went on what is it .gov or whatever it is that
Turkey.gov?
No, the where everyone signs the online petitions that go nowhere.
Oh, right.
Wherever,
Change.org, yeah.
Yeah, I went to change.org and started a petition to Mother Nature to take her damn turkeys to their habitat or neighborhood, if you will, for allow them to survive and thrive.
Our resident former mailman says, yeah, turkeys can fly if you hit them hard enough.
Yeah, that's true. Anything can if you kick it far enough. Kid can be a football. Ask Warren Moon. He threw one after the end of that halftime show.
Well, we hope everything's going to be okay in Janesville, Wisconsin.
Yes, I'm sure it will be.
Speaking of the up north, it's time now for This Week in Slow-Mo that involves ice fishing.
Have you ever done that?
No.
I have no patience for fishing, and ice fishing just seems even worse than that.
Yeah. And so you're probably saying to yourself, my God, what could possibly happen while ice fishing that would warrant slow motion? Let us watch the video and we will dissect it because it is an incredible one.
Okay. All right. Oh, Jesus. Holy Christ. Nothing, not at all what I expected. When you first just showed the screenshot and told me that Twismo was going to be ice fishing, I thought for certain a pole was going in the hole, like they didn't get the fish, and then they go, or like a phone was going to drop in,
Something,
and then someone's
a
legs going to
seal
get
was
in
going to
there.
jump out and smack them in the face. Something hilarious.
Something that they were going to lose they were going to lose both poles and the phone and look at each other, and then someone's leg was going to get in there, and it was going to be hilarious. I didn't think someone would just drive away with their freaking tent.
So that's what's happening. You first watch through, it's hard to figure out what's going on, but the guy's in the tent and his buddy gets out and he forgets to unhook the tent, I don't know what they call that little house
so it is his buddy is driving home. So he had to go home for something, leaving his reel behind. The buddy who leaves. So that's his truck. I thought someone was just trying to tow him away from their spot.
No. So he gets out. He's got somewhere to go. And he gets in the car, but doesn't unhook the hut.
Jump in the snow. Just jump in the snow.
And as we watch this in slow motion, the beautiful part is the Wilhelm scream that he gives as he tumbles from because these huts are up on like a sled, so you can get them out onto the ice. So they're elevated about 6 or 8 inches, and so as this thing's getting towed away, he's just watching the earth go underneath him, and down he goes.
I didn't hear that part the first time. When his face hits the snow. Thank God he waited until the snow was there. Like he didn't just jump onto the ice.
What do you do? I mean, this guy's going faster and faster. At first he thinks he can hold on, and then the only thing he can do is tuck and roll.
Yeah, thank God the snow came up as quick as it did. Ah! Okay. I have a couple of questions here
Okay,
before
please.
we get to Anguish Cam. My first question is, would you ever agree to go ice fishing with that friend again? 1. And 2, how many cases of beer does he have to provide in that particular instance if you were to say yes to question number 1?
I'll give you a little preview. There is an epilogue on this video.
Oh, okay.
Where we do get to know what happens afterwards. But let's kind of zoom in here and.
Okay. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let him go.
And I had some spare time today, so I put music to it as well. I thought it
Excellent.
needed some adventure music.
Okay. They got him. It's like GoldenEye in the background there. Got him. Sticky grenade. Dead. He's out of there.
All right, let's
Well
let's turn on the Anguish Cam and kind of zoom into the moments of anguish through this amazing, amazing video. It's first the realization now that it's taken off is his first moment of anguish.
Yeah, that is moving.
Looking into the snow abyss. This is his future.
That's real anguish. There's no good landing point at this point. You're going pretty fast. You got to get out. You can't stay on that because at some point he's going to hit real road.
Yeah.
And then you're really screwed. So you just got to pick your best spot and go for it.
He knows right now that either he has to jump or he will fall.
Correct.
And so he wants to do it, I think, on his own terms.
Yes, I believe so.
Just face first right into the snow.
That's gotta hurt.
Well, I'm just in here picking up the pieces after that. Buddy Mojo forgot to unhook the sled before he took off to pick up another friend.
He's mighty kind about it.
He is. He's fine. He's laughing about it. It's you got to kind of pick up the pieces and then, put things back together. We got some fishing to do. Can't worry about being dumped out at 30 miles an hour.
I'm just happy the reel here is not snapped and hanging up the gloves. We'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just in here picking up the pieces after that. Buddy Mojo forgot to unhook the sled before he took off to pick up another friend.
I like
Mitch
this
Hedberg.
guy.
I do too. It looks like Mitch Hedberg. I love it. Does he call him a mofo or mojo?
He said my buddy Mojo, so I don't know if he was insulting him or if he was like just calling him a bumbo or what he was doing there. But
so the guy's name is probably Mojo.
Probably was Mojo.
This guy seems like a guy that would hang out with Mojo.
Mojo.
Hey Mojo, throw me a beer.
Yeah.
So thank God nothing was broken.
Here picking up the pieces after that. Buddy Mojo forgot to unhook the sled before he took off to pick up another friend.
I think we figured that out on our own, but thanks, Mitch Hedberg.
Oh my God, that is a whopper of a tale. That's a good fish story.
Yes, it is, and he didn't even catch a fish. I can't unhear the yell now. Ever since you pointed it out, I cannot unhear the Wilhelm scream.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fishing here, alone, stuck. When my ex-buddy decides to truck. Gotta bail, what the hell? In other words, what the fuck? Thank you very much from our poet laureate.
Way to bring it home, Greg. Couldn't have said it better myself. That was fantastic.
Good one.
Yes, very good.
That was a good one.
What we learned today, kids, we learned that you shouldn't hump a vacuum cleaner ever. But if you're going to, not in public.
Right.
If you want to cut off someone's dong in South Korea, you're going to get 7 years in prison.
Mm-hmm.
This Sunday, the Super Bowl halftime show is going to be entertaining on a variety of levels. And make sure you unhook the sled.
And Bernie Sanders has better orgasms than you. That's what you have to live with now.
You're darn right. I'm one of the top 2% of orgasm havers. The rest of you 98%, you have crap orgasms. I got the top 2%.
We will be back again next Tuesday, 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central, right here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We always appreciate you. Be sure to go to YouTube and like and subscribe. Go to our Facebook page and like us there. We'll slice and dice this thing up. What?
Yep. And ring the notification bell so that way you'll know when we go live on YouTube. Ring that bell.
You don't want to miss another moment. All right. Bye. We'll see you.